Let's have a look at various past paper questions involving linear equations. You know our practice is incomplete without past paper questions. Let's begin. For a linear function f, f of 0 equals 2 and f of 3 equals 5. If k equals f of 5, what is the value of k? It's a very typical question. Again, you need to understand that you need to see whether you have 2 points, whether you have a slope, what exactly are the things that you can find. In this scenario, what is f of x? This is basically y. So in this scenario, we have our x and we have our y. These are the points that we have. Again, we have our x, we have our y, we have 2 points. And you know, when you have 2 points, you can easily form the equation. So one point is basically 0, 2 and the other point is basically 3, 5. Please remember this. So this can be your x1, y1. This can be your x2, y2. You take out the gradient first, that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the gradient is 3 divided by 3, the gradient is 1. Now you know the drill. Y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. You can take any point. I will take this point because it seems easier. Y minus 2 equals m is 1, x minus 0. So that's our equation. Y minus 2 equals x. The equation is x plus 2, but we are not done yet. What's the target answer? What is the value of k? If k equals f of 5, so now he's saying what is the value of f of 5? So when you replace x with 5, what is the value that we get? What's the answer? What's the output that we are getting? So let's just replace x with 5 and our answer will be 5 plus 2 equals 7. This is our target answer. There you go. Next question. The table above shows some values for the function f. The examiner really likes this function notation. If f is a linear function, it means it is mx plus b. What is the value of a plus b? Okay, so we have this table, but you don't need to worry. These are the points that you have. This is your x and this is your y. So one point on the line is 0, a, another point is 1, 12 and another point is 2, b. Okay, I was thinking of forming an equation, but I don't have two solid points. I've got two variables. But I know one thing, the gradient of the straight line is same wherever you take the gradient. Let's say you have this line. If you take the gradient with this point and this point, it will be equal to the gradient that you take with this point or this point. The gradient is the same wherever you take for a straight line. So if I take the gradient with these 2 points and then these 2 points, I can equate them and I can have my a plus b. Let's do this. So first let's do with these 2 points. We have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is, let's say, my y2. 12 minus, this is y1 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my answer is 12 minus a. Okay, this is the gradient. This is my gradient. Now let's repeat this process with these two, this one and this one. Let's say this is y2 now and this is y1. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can take any point as x1 or y1, it doesn't matter. Please remember this. So now what do I get? I get b minus 12. Now I know that the gradients are equal. So 12 minus a equals this gradient, b minus 12. Now all I have to do is rearrange this equation. Take a towards this side and what do you get? We get 12 plus 12 equals b plus a. So here we go. This is our target answer. A plus b equals 24, which is option choice A. There you go. Another question. A line in the xy plane passes through the origin. Origin is 0, 0 and has a slope of 1 by 7. Now we have a point, we have our slope, we can do anything. Which of the following points lies on the line? Okay, the first thing we have to do is form the equation. Y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. Y minus 0 equals 1 over 7 x minus 0. So our equation is y equals 1 over 7x. Now what you have to do is simply put these points in the equation and see which of the following points satisfies our equation. Let's start with option choice A. So if I replace x with 0, do I get 7? Let's have a look. If I replace x with 0, y will be 1 over 7 into 0, y becomes 0. So this is wrong, A is wrong. Let's try option choice B. If I replace x with 1, what do I get? If I replace x with y, this is my equation, 1 over 7x. If I replace x with 1, I will get 1 by 7. Again, this is wrong. This is 7. I need to get 1 by 7. Let's start with option choice C. If I replace x with 7, what do I get? Let's have a look. Y equals 1 by 7x, which is 1 by 7 into 7. I will get 1. I will get 1. This is wrong again. So I know D should be my answer. Let's have a look. Let's try this. So if I replace x with 14, do I get 2? When x equals 14, y equals 1 by 7 into 14. Yes, I do get 2. So hence D is the correct answer. These past paper questions are easy, or I think I'm a good teacher. Let's have a look at this question. In the xy plane above, line L is parallel to line K. Okay, so this is line L and this is line K. What is the value of P? We know the drill. When the lines are parallel, their gradients are equal. And we have these 2 points. Let's calculate the gradient of line L. The gradient of line L is y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Be careful with the signs, please. So this is 2 over 5. The gradient of line K is also 2 over 5. Let's just apply the formula. Y2 minus y1. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equals 2 by 5. This becomes 4 over p equals 2 by 5. Simply cross multiply. This will become 20 equals 2p and p equals 20 divided by 2, 10. D is your answer. Very simple. I think we need a harder past paper question. This question looks a little better than the previous ones. Let's have a look. The graph of the linear function f has intercepts at a0 and 0b in the xy plane. If a plus b equals 0 and a is not equal to b, which of the following is true about the slope of the graph of f? It is positive, negative, equals 0 and undefined. Interesting. So we are not given any numbers. See, that's why I like numbers. When we have numbers, we can manipulate them, we can do a lot of things. But it's completely fine. Let's apply the same formula. That is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you see, every time the concept remains the same. I've seen that students start panicking. That's what you need to control. I'm not doing anything new at all. I have my 2 points. I'll just come up with the gradient, which comes out to be y2 minus y1 b minus 0 over 0 minus a. So my gradient is basically b over minus a, which is minus b over a. This is the gradient that I am getting. Okay, so now I know that if a plus b equals 0, can I write it like this? A equals minus b. It's completely fine. Now I need to replace this over here. If a equals minus b, what will be my gradient? It will become like this, minus b over, what is a? Minus b, which is 1. So the slope of this line is 1. It is positive. You see, that's how you manipulate. I didn't do anything difficult or anything that you can't do. Pause the video and absorb this for a while before I move on to the next question. Let's evaluate this question. Jane made an initial deposit to a savings account. Each week thereafter, she deposited a fixed amount to the account. Okay. The equation above models the amount A in dollars Jane has deposited after T weekly deposits. According to the model, how many dollars was Jane's initial deposit? Disregard the dollar sign when grading your answer. Now, this is a very simple question. This is what I tell my students, that the SAT exam is all about understanding. You should be able to form equations, you should be able to write equations, you should be able to tell them in words as well. So you can easily see that this is the amount that she deposited initially. And 18 is your gradient. What does this represent? This means that this is the amount that she is depositing every week. T is the number of weeks. So let's say if I replace T with 1, what is happening? You are getting 18 more dollars. So this is the amount that she is depositing every week. If T equals 0, what is A? It is 15. So this is the amount that she deposited initially. Very simple. Let's see whether this question is challenging enough or not. The line y equals kx plus 4, where k is a constant, it's the gradient, is graphed in the xy plane. If the line contains the point CD, where C is not equal to 0 and D is not equal to 0, what is the slope of the line, that is k, in terms of C and D? Again, it's very similar. You can pause the video and absorb the question. So if the line contains the point C and D, just replace xy with C and D. That's it. So the equation will become D equals k into C plus 4. That's it. Now all you have to do is make k the subject of the formula. So you have D minus 4 equals kc, and we need to separate k, isolate k. It will become k equals D minus 4 over C. So that is your option choice A. These are literally simple, easier questions, and all of these are past paper questions. And we have another question. The more practice you do, the better grade you will get. Very simple. Which of the following equations represents a line that is parallel to the line with equation this? We know the drill with parallel lines. Their gradients are equal. Very simple. So what's the gradient of this line? It is m equals minus 3. So if a line is parallel to this line, it should also have the same gradient. Let's have a look at these lines. So we have 6x plus 2y equals 15. Now you need to rearrange it in the slope-intercept form. So if I rearrange it, I will get 2y equals 15 minus 6x, and y equals 15 over 2 minus 6 over 2x, which is 15 over 2 minus 3x. I have the gradient. The gradient is minus 3. You don't even need to look at any other option. But if you want, please go ahead. Let's have a look at one other option. Let's say option choice B. So we have 3x minus y equals 7. Let's rearrange. Minus 7 equals 7 minus 3x. Y equals, the negative sign will go towards that side, and it will become minus 7 plus 3x. So over here, our gradient is 3 plus 3, which is wrong. We need minus 3, which is option choice A.